Hello viewers, welcome to this channel. PJR speaks on OB, meaning organizational behavior. This channel is meant for whom? This channel is meant for students who are pursuing courses like MBA, BBA, BCom, and any other management courses. Because organizational behavior is a core subject in almost many of these courses. Is it meant for only students? No. It is meant for also entrepreneurs and managers. Because this is a study about how people behave in organizations. When we say organization is nothing but collection of, is made up of people who have come together towards a common objective. This is one definition for organization. When that is the case, we have to understand people's behavior in organizations. Why should we understand people's behavior? Because to make organizations more effective. Unless we understand people, their behavior inside the organizations, we will not be able to run the organizations more effectively and efficiently. What is the difference between efficiently running the organization and effectively running the organization? We will see in some other episode. First, let us see the definition, general definition for organizational behavior. As we said, it is a systematic study of people inside the organizations, within the organizations. We are not going to study the behavior of people in the marketplace. That is a different case. We are more focused on the study of people's behavior within the context of organizations. It's a scientific study. Why do we say it is a scientific study? It is based on evidence, scientific evidence. We try to look for relationship between factors. We try to analyze cause and effect relationship. We try to observe behavior scientifically. From all these scientific study, we try to understand people's behavior inside the organizations. This subject is very much essential for all who are concerned about efficient and effective running of organizations. What are the three objectives of organizational behavior study? One is, as we mentioned, we study to understand. Because human behavior is the most very complex behavior. Each individual is different. Each individual behavior is different. At the same time, when they come into a group, again, each group behavior is different. Each team behaves differently. Though there are differences, there are also some consistencies between individuals, between big groups. So we study all these things to understand behavior of people in the organizational context. From our understanding, we can try to predict behavior. That is the second objective. First is to understand people's behavior in organizations. Second is, based on our understanding from the study, we try to predict behavior of people, of group in so and so situation, how this individual will behave. Because from our past experience, from our study, from our observation, we try to predict behavior. This prediction is very much essential. Only if we are able to predict behavior, we can assign work, we can entrust job to a particular individual or particular group or team. So we must be able to not only understand the behavior, but also from our understanding, we will be able to predict the behavior. Third objective is to control behavior. Is it possible to control human behavior? Is it correct to control? What we mean by control is to change or to modify the individual behavior or the group behavior when it is not inconducive in the same wavelength of organizational interest or expectations. We try to change the behavior. This change or modification of behavior is possible only from our understanding and prediction. So, these three are the major objectives of organizational behavior study. It is nothing but a systematic study of people's behavior inside the organizations. So, the three objectives mainly, one is to understand the behavior, second is to predict the behavior, third is to control, to modify or to change the behavior whenever it is required. These three are the major objectives of organizational behavioral study. As I said, this channel will be useful for students, entrepreneurs, managers, and anybody who are interested in understanding behavior of people inside the organizations. Okay, how do we do this study? We do this study in three levels. What are those three levels? One is individual level, group level, system level or structural level. We try to understand individual behavior as an individual, because each individual is different. Each individual behavior is different. What are the factors which affects individual behavior? There are a host of factors like perception, personality, attitude, learning, motivation, and so on. All these psychological factors which pertains to individual, they influence individual behavior. So to study individual behavior, we have to ultimately also study these topics, which are mainly psychological topics, like learning, motivation, perception, personality, attitude, and so on. All these factors influence individual behavior, because each individual attitude is different, each individual learning is different, each individual experience is different, each individual perception is different, each individual motivation is different. Consequently, each individual behavior is also going to be different. So to understand it, we have to make a study of all these topics. We will do it in the coming episodes. Then the second level of our study is group behavior. There are a lot of differences between how an individual behaves when he is alone, or how an individual behaves when he is in a group. Group psychology comes into effect when somebody joins in a group. The group behavior is not the sum total of the individual's behavior. Sometimes it is more, sometimes it is less. Why sometimes it is more, why sometimes it is less? But it never it is equal. The sum total of individual behavior is never equals to the group behavior. Group behavior is something which is more or less than the individual. Why? That is where we are going to study group dynamics, group cohesiveness, team building, and all those aspects which influences group's behavior. This is the second level of our study about organizational behavior. So first level is individual level. What factors contribute to individual behavior? Second is group level. Third one is structural level or system level. Here we study organization as a whole system, not only individual group, but as a system. In this study, we try to study what are the types of organizational structures. How does it influence the organizational performance? Structural differences, communication, pattern inside the organization. How to change, how to bring about change in organizational structure, organizational development. All these topics will be studied in the structural or system analysis. Everything we call it as a system. The modern concept is everything we try to understand from system perspective. So we try to understand organizational behavior from three perspectives: individual, group, and system perspective. These three are different. So in the coming episodes, we will have more study, analysis about or probing all these topics from the behavioral perspective. So the next episode will be based on what are the areas, different areas which have contributed for the development of this organizational behavior subject. Again, what are the challenges today managers as well as entrepreneurs face regarding organizational behavior or people behavior in general? What are the challenges today the technology world, 21st century, poses to managers and entrepreneurs in studying people's behavior or in general in management of people? Because management of people cannot be separated from management discipline. In fact, management is nothing but managing people. So we cannot manage people without understanding them. So what are the challenges in managing people in today's context? Also, we will study in the next episode. Thank you. Thank you for your listening. We will see in the next episode. Thank you so much.